states of the United States together. We'll count them from 1 to 50. Let's learn each state by region. We'll start in the northeast part of the USA. This area has 11 states. The Northeast is known for mountains, lighthouses, seafood, and the changing leaves in autumn. State number 1 in the Northeast is Maine. The capital is Augusta. Maine is the lobster capital of the United States. They can catch over 100 million pounds of lobster in a single year. Maine's official state dessert is delicious blueberry pie. Maine is also known for its beautiful lighthouses. They have more than 60 lighthouses in Maine. Acadia National Park in Maine is one of the most beautiful parks in the country. It has over 150 miles of hiking trails and cute animals like puffins and chipmunks. State number 2 in the Northeast is New Hampshire. The capital is Concord. Mount Washington in New Hampshire is the tallest mountain in the Northeast. The highest wind speed ever recorded in the United States was 231 miles per hour. It was recorded at the Mount Washington Observatory in 1934. Each fall, visitors come from around the world to see the colorful autumn leaves in the White Mountains. State number 3 in the Northeast is Vermont. The capital is Montpelier. Vermont produces more maple syrup than any other U.S. state. Some years that's over 2 million gallons of maple syrup. The name Vermont means Green Mountain in French. The Green Mountains stretch across the whole state. People love Vermont for its hiking, skiing, beautiful nature. Vermont is also famous for its delicious award-winning cheddar cheese. State number 4 in the Northeast is Massachusetts. The capital is Boston. Fenway Park in Boston is the oldest baseball stadium in the country still in use. The 37-foot left field wall is nicknamed the Green Monster. Fans can even sit on and watch the game from the top of the wall. Harvard University in Massachusetts was founded in 1636 and is the oldest college in the United States. Harvard Library has so many bookshelves that if you put all the shelves in a straight line, they would be 57 miles long. The library can hold more than 3 million books and magazines. State number 5 in the Northeast is beautiful Rhode Island. The capital is Providence. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the country. You can drive across the entire state in less than 1 hour. It also has over 400 miles of coastline. That's why its nickname is the Ocean State. Newport, Rhode Island is famous for sailing. The America's Cup sailing race was held in Newport for over 50 years. Rhode Island is also known for delicious seafood, especially shellfish like clams, mussels, and oysters. State number 6 in the Northeast is Connecticut. The capital is Hartford. Bushnell Park in Hartford has one of the oldest operating carousels in the United States with 48 hand-carved horses. Connecticut had the first ever American steam-powered train to carry passengers in 1832. It helped connect cities and made travel faster. State number 7 in the Northeast is New York. The capital is Albany. New York City is home to the Statue of Liberty. The statue was a gift from France in 1886. Niagara Falls in western New York moves more than 6 million cubic feet of water every minute. New York City is full of bright, colorful lights, tall skyscrapers, and exciting places like Central Park, Times Square, and Broadway. The famous nickname for New York City is the Big Apple. New York has delicious bagels and pizza, and food from lots of different cultures from all over the world. State number 8 in the Northeast is New Jersey. The capital is Trenton. New Jersey has more diners than any other state, over 500 of them. The Atlantic City Boardwalk in New Jersey is one of the oldest and longest boardwalks in the world. It was built in 1870 to keep sand off the feet of people entering the nearby hotels and rail cars. State number 9 in the Northeast is Pennsylvania. The capital is Harrisburg. Both the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were signed in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4, 1776. Every year that day is celebrated across the country on the 4th of July holiday. People celebrate with fireworks displays across the country. Another fun fact, The town of Hershey, Pennsylvania is home to a chocolate factory. Every day they make over 70 million pieces of chocolate candy wrapped in silver foil. They're called chocolate kisses. State number 10 in the Northeast is Delaware. The capital of Delaware is Dover. Delaware was the first to sign the U.S. Constitution in 1787. The town of Newcastle, Delaware has some of the oldest buildings in the U.S. from the 1600s and 1700s. Delaware, the second smallest state. Only Rhode Island is smaller. You can drive across Delaware in just a couple of hours. State number 11 in the Northeast is Maryland. The capital of Maryland is Annapolis. It's a beautiful small city on the water known for sailing. Maryland is famous for its Chesapeake Bay blue crabs. In summer, people eat steamed crabs. It's a big tradition. The Star-Spangled Banner was written in Baltimore, Maryland after the War of 1812. Francis Scott Key saw the American flag flying over Fort McHenry and wrote the song, which is the U.S. national anthem. Now you know all 11 states in the Northeast region. Stay tuned for the next region of the United States as we count down the 50 states of the U.S.A. Let's keep counting down the 50 states of the U.S.A. by region. First, we covered the Northeast region of the United States and its 11 states. Now let's learn about the 12 states of the Southeast region and the Special District of Columbia. The first stop in the Southeast isn't actually a state. It's Washington, D.C. It's the capital city of the United States. The President of the United States lives in Washington, D.C. in the White House. The National Mall in Washington is a big green park. It's not like a shopping mall. It's a place with trees, grass, and long walking paths. The National Mall is where you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and the U.S. Capitol Building. There are over 20 Smithsonian museums in Washington, D.C., and they are free to visit. In the Museum of Natural History, you can see dinosaur fossils and learn about animals that lived over 60 million years ago. The first state in the Southeast region of the United States is West Virginia. The capital of West Virginia is Charleston. West Virginia is called the Mountain State because it's almost completely covered by the Appalachian Mountains. It's home to the New River Gorge Bridge, one of the longest and tallest steel arch bridges in the world. People visit West Virginia for outdoor adventures like hiking, whitewater rafting, and exploring beautiful forests and rivers. The second state in the Southeast region of the United States is Virginia. The capital of Virginia is Richmond. Virginia is home to Shenandoah National Park. It has scenic mountain views, waterfalls, and colorful leaves in the fall. Virginia Beach is one of the most visited beaches on the East Coast. And the Pentagon in Northern Virginia is the largest office building in the world. It has more than 6 million square feet of space. That's about the size of 100 football fields. Thousands of people work there every day in offices, meeting rooms, and long hallways that form the shape of a giant 5-sided building. The third state we'll learn in the Southeast region of the United States is Kentucky. The capital of Kentucky is Frankfort. Kentucky is famous for the Kentucky Derby, a big horse race held every year in Louisville. It is known for its bluegrass music, which started in the hills and farms of the state. Kentucky is also home to Mammoth Cave, the longest cave system in the world, with over 400 miles of tunnels. The fourth state in the Southeast region of the United States is Tennessee. The capital of Tennessee is Nashville. Nashville is called Music City because it's famous for country music and singers. You can visit places like the Grand Ole Opry and the Country Music Hall of Fame, where people sing, play guitar, and perform live on stage. Tennessee is home to the Great Smoky Mountains, the most visited national park in the United States. The mountains are full of green trees and wild animals. They look smoky because fog and mist rise from the forest in the morning and evening. Tennessee also has the Lost Sea, the largest underground lake in the United States. It's inside a big cave called Craighead Caverns, You can ride a glass-bottom boat on the water. The lake is more than 4 acres wide, and the cave has tunnels, fish, and crystal clusters called cave flowers. The 5th state in the southeast region of the United States is North Carolina. The capital of North Carolina is Raleigh. North Carolina has long, sandy beaches on the Atlantic Ocean. The state has over 300 miles of coastline. Many families go there in summer to swim, look for seashells, and fly kites on the beach. One popular place is the Outer Banks, a group of barrier islands where wild horses sometimes walk along the sand. North Carolina is where the Wright brothers flew the first airplane in the world. This happened in 1903 in a place called Kitty Hawk. There is a national park there where you can learn about how they built their first flying machine. North Carolina is also home to the Biltmore Estate. It's the largest house in the United States. It looks like a castle with more than 250 rooms. It has long staircases and it even has hidden doors and secret passageways. Visitors can walk through the gardens, go on tours, and see how people lived over 100 years ago. The 6th state in the southeast region of the United States is South Carolina. The capital of South Carolina is Columbia. South Carolina is known for its sunny beaches and warm weather. One of the most famous places is Myrtle Beach, a long sandy beach where families go swimming, play mini golf, and walk on the ocean boardwalk eating ice cream. Myrtle Beach has more than 50 mini golf courses and is called the mini golf capital of the world. Charleston, South Carolina is one of the oldest cities in the United States. It was founded in 1670. It has Rainbow Row, a street of bright, colorful houses, plus cobblestone streets and carriage rides with real horses. People visit Charleston to see the beautiful buildings, eat delicious southern food, and take boat rides to nearby islands. Another special place is Congaree National Park, a giant forest filled with tall trees, swamps, and wooden walkways. Visitors can walk, canoe, or take nature tours in the park. The 7th stop in our Southeast region adventure is the state of Georgia. The capital of Georgia is Atlanta. Georgia is known as the Peach State. Farmers grow more than 25,000 acres of peaches every year, and visitors come to enjoy peach ice cream and peach pie at summer festivals. One of the most exciting places in Georgia is the Georgia Aquarium, located in Atlanta. It's one of the largest aquariums in the world, with more than 11 million gallons of water and sea animals like whale sharks, dolphins, and glowing jellyfish. Georgia is also home to the city of Savannah, one of the oldest cities in the United States. It's known for its cobblestone streets, oak trees with Spanish moss, and beautiful parks. Families love taking trolley tours, riverboat cruises, and walking through Forsyth Park, which covers more than 30 acres and has fountains, statues, and gardens. The 8th state in the southeast region of the United States is Florida. The capital of Florida is Tallahassee. Florida is called the Sunshine State because it has warm weather and lots of sunshine all year. Walt Disney World is in Orlando, Florida. It is the most visited vacation resort in the world. More than 58 million people visit Disney World every year. Florida is home to the Everglades. The Everglades is a slow-moving river with alligators, turtles, and birds. It is one of the largest wetlands in the world and found only in Florida. Florida has more ocean coastline than any state in the continental U.S. There are over 800 miles of beaches with soft sand and warm water. People love to visit the beaches to swim, surf, and collect seashells. The 9th state in the southeast region of the United States is Alabama. The capital of Alabama is Montgomery. Montgomery is one of the oldest cities in the state and is filled with beautiful parks, rivers, and historic buildings. You can even take a riverboat ride on the Alabama River, right through the center of the city. Alabama is known for space science and rocket building. In Huntsville, you can visit the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, where the Saturn V rocket was built. This rocket helped NASA send astronauts to the moon. Alabama is full of caves and natural wonders. Cathedral Caverns is a giant cave with rock formations, sparkling walls, and one of the biggest cave entrances in the world. The entrance is over 125 feet wide and 25 feet tall. It's so big, it looks like it could even be the opening of a dragon's cave. The state is also famous for music. In the city of Muscle Shoals, many famous songs were recorded in small studios. Musicians from around the world came to Alabama just to record music here. The 10th state in the southeast region of the United States is Mississippi. The capital of Mississippi is Jackson. The Mississippi River got its name from indigenous Native Americans. Mississippi means Great River. The Mississippi River is 2,350 miles long, making it the second longest river in the U.S. Another fun fact, the Blues Trail in Mississippi celebrates Mississippi's rich music history. The Mississippi Blues Trail has over 200 historical markers showing where legendary blues musicians lived and performed music. Mississippi is where the Delta blues style started, and it influenced rock and roll, jazz, and even modern pop music. The 11th state in the southeast region of the United States is Arkansas. The capital of Arkansas is Little Rock. It's a city with bridges, river trails, and museums for kids and families. You can even walk or bike across a bridge over the Arkansas River. Arkansas is known as the Natural State. It has 52 state parks with mountains, rivers, and waterfalls. People love to hike, camp, and go swimming in crystal clear lakes. One of the most famous places is Hot Springs National Park. It has natural hot water that flows from deep underground. People come to relax in warm bathhouses and walk on scenic trails. You can also visit Crater of Diamonds State Park. It's the only public diamond mine in the world. Visitors can dig in the dirt and keep any diamond they find. The 12th state in the southeast region of the United States is Louisiana. The capital of Louisiana is Baton Rouge. The Louisiana state capitol in Baton Rouge is the tallest capitol building in the United States. It's 34 stories high, and it has an elevator that goes all the way to the top. Louisiana is famous for its riverboats and steamboats. The boats carried people and supplies on the river a long time ago. Today, families can take boat rides on them. Some have music, lights, and big red wheels that spin in the water. The state is home to bayous and swamps. Bayous are slow rivers with frogs, turtles, and birds like herons and egrets. Some boats float through the trees while alligators rest on the shore. One of the most fun places to visit is the Audubon Zoo. It has elephants, giraffes, monkeys, and a splash park where kids play in the water. You can also ride a small train around the zoo and stop to see your favorite animals. Now you've learned all 12 states in one district in the southeast region of the U.S.A. Do you remember which state has the tallest capitol building? And which one is not a state but a special district? Stay tuned for the next region of the United States as we count down the 50 states of the USA. Now that we've learned about the Northeast region and the Southeast region of the United States, let's travel to the Southwest region. The Southwest region is known for its deserts, canyons, and wide open spaces. Let's explore the 4 amazing states of the Southwest region: Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Arizona. The first state in the Southwest region of the United States is Texas. The capital of Texas is Austin. Austin is famous for music, colorful murals, and beautiful parks. It's called the live music capital of the world because you can hear bands playing music every day. Texas is the second biggest state in the United States. In the lower 48 states, Texas is the biggest. Alaska is the biggest of all 50 states. Alaska has more than 600,000 square miles, and Texas has more than 200,000 square miles. The official state snack of Texas is chips and salsa. In Texas, salsa is more popular than ketchup. Cowboy hats and boots are still a symbol of Texas pride. Sometimes Texans wear cowboy hats and boots, including at fun music events, festivals, and fairs. It's a fun way to celebrate the history and style of Texas. Texas Texas has the largest bat colony in the world. Every summer evening, over 1.5 million bats fly out from under the Congress Avenue Bridge in Austin. At sunset, people gather on the bridge to watch the sky fill with millions of bats. The second state in the southwest region of the United States is Oklahoma. The capital of Oklahoma is Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is famous for its beautiful parks and peaceful gardens. Families enjoy spending time in outdoor spaces like the Gathering Place in Tulsa. People also like to ride bikes and walk along river trails. Oklahoma has more man-made lakes than any other state in the United States. People built over 200 lakes to help store water and stop flooding. The lakes are also fun places for people to go fishing and boating. Today, these lakes are a big part of outdoor fun in Oklahoma. The Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge is one of the most beautiful places in Oklahoma. It has tall, rocky mountains, grassy fields, and amazing animals like bison and elk. Families can hike, picnic, and see wildlife. The dirt in Oklahoma is red because it has a lot of iron in it. When the iron meets the air, it rusts and turns the soil red. The sunsets shining on the red dirt make the landscapes even more colorful. Oklahoma is known as the Sooner State. In 1889, people raced to claim land during the Oklahoma Land Run. Those who entered the land early were called Sooners, and the name stayed. The third state in the southwest region of the United States is New Mexico. The capital of New Mexico is Santa Fe. Santa Fe was founded in 1610 and is the oldest capital city in the United States. It's known for its beautiful adobe buildings, colorful art, and long history. New Mexico is called the Land of Enchantment. This nickname comes from the state's beautiful deserts, colorful sunrises, sunsets, and amazing landscapes. You can visit Carlsbad Caverns National Park in New Mexico. It's one of the largest cave systems in the world. Families can explore huge underground rooms filled with sparkling rock formations. The biggest room is called the Big Room. It's so large you could fit 6 football fields inside it. In the summer, thousands of bats fly out of Carlsbad Caverns at sunset. Families love to gather and watch the sky fill with bats each evening. New Mexico is home to White Sands National Park. The sand is made of pure white gypsum, which stays cool even under the hot sun. It's the largest field of white sand dunes in the world. Families love to sled down the soft dunes. Each October, New Mexico hosts the biggest hot air balloon festival in the world. More than 500 colorful balloons float above Albuquerque during the International Balloon Fiesta. It's like having hundreds of bright, colorful rainbows in the desert sky. The fourth state in the southwest region of the United States is Arizona. The capital of Arizona is Phoenix. Phoenix is one of the sunniest cities in the world. It has warm weather almost all year long, and many people enjoy hiking and exploring the desert. Arizona is home to the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is one of the most famous natural wonders in the world. It's over 270 miles long and more than a mile deep. And you can even see layers of rock that are millions of years old. You can visit the Desert Botanical Garden in Phoenix. It has thousands of cactus plants and desert flowers. Some cactus in Arizona grow over 40 feet tall. In northern Arizona, you can explore Antelope Canyon. It's a narrow canyon with smooth, colorful walls shaped by wind and water. When sunlight shines through, the rocks sometimes look orange and pink. Arizona also has one of the world's largest solar telescopes. It's located at Kitt Peak National Observatory on a tall mountain where scientists study the sun. People come from all over the world to visit and learn about space. Now you've learned all 4 states of the Southwest region. Do you remember which state is the second largest state in the USA? And which state has a canyon that's over 270 miles long and over a mile deep? Stay tuned for the next region of the United States as we count down the 50 states of the USA. Now that we've explored the Northeast, Southeast, and Southwest regions of the United States, it's time to head north to the Midwest region. The first state in the Midwest region of the USA is North Dakota. The capital of North Dakota is Bismarck. Badlands National Park has wild animals, like bison and horses. North Dakota has fossils of animal skeletons from millions of years ago. Kids even found a T-Rex fossil there. North Dakota grows more sunflowers than any state in the U.S., over 500,000 pounds a year. Fields of bright yellow flowers stretch for miles in summer. North Dakota is one of the top oil-producing states in the country. They also get lots of energy from wind turbines that spin on the open plains. North Dakota also has the International Peace Garden on the border between North Dakota and Manitoba, Canada. The state bird is the western meadowlark, and the state flower of North Dakota is the wild prairie rose. Now that we've explored North Dakota, let's explore the second state in the Midwest region, South Dakota. The capital of South Dakota is Pierre. Pierre is a small city located along the Missouri River, known for its scenic beauty and friendly community. Mount Rushmore is a famous landmark in South Dakota. It's a mountaintop sculpture that features the faces of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Each face is about 60 feet tall, about as high as a 6-story building. South Dakota is also home to Jewel Cave National Monument, one of the longest caves in the world. Inside, you'll find winding passages that stretch for over 200 miles underground. In the city of Mitchell, South Dakota, you can visit the unique Corn Palace. This building is decorated with colorful murals made entirely from corn and other grains. The designs change every year. South Dakota's prairies are home to many prairie dogs. These small, burrowing animals live in large colonies. Now that we've visited North Dakota and South Dakota, let's visit the third state in the Midwest region, Nebraska. The capital of Nebraska is Lincoln. In Lincoln, you can try a popular local food called runza. Runza is a bread pocket filled with ground beef, cabbage, sauce, and seasonings. Nebraska is known for its wide prairies and farms. The corn can be used to make food, fuel, and even plastic. Nebraska is one of the top corn-producing states in the United States. They can grow over 1 billion bushels of corn every year. In western Nebraska, there is a unique place called Carhenge. It's a replica of England's Stonehenge, but it's made of old cars instead of stone. Nebraska also has a natural wonder called Chimney Rock. It's a tall rock formation. It was a landmark in the 1800s for American pioneers, also known as settlers, traveling weston-covered wagons. Today, families can visit and hike nearby. At the Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo, you can see North America's largest indoor rainforest, the world's largest indoor desert, the world's largest indoor swamp, and the largest aquarium within a zoo. It's ranked as one of the best zoos in the world. Many mammoth fossils have been found in Nebraska. Mammoths lived thousands of years ago. You can see real fossils at museums across the state. Now that we've explored North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska, let's continue our journey through the Midwest region to Kansas. The capital of Kansas is Topeka. Charles Curtis was born in Topeka, and he is the first person of Native American heritage to serve as Vice President of the United States. He served under President Herbert Hoover from 1928 to 1932. Kansas is called the Sunflower State. In the summer, fields of bright yellow sunflowers bloom all across the state. Kansas is the setting for the famous story The Wizard of Oz. In the story, a girl named Dorothy is swept away by a tornado and wakes up in a magical land. The story starts and ends in Kansas. Kansas is home to the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve, where American bison still roam wild. Kansas is near the geographic center of the continental United States. It's often called the heart of America because of its central location. Kansas has the world's largest ball of twine in Cawker City. It weighs over 27,000 pounds and measures more than 46 feet around. Visitors can even add their own twine to help it grow. Kansas is known as the breadbasket of America. In 2025, Kansas farmers are expected to harvest over 300 million bushels of wheat. That's enough to make billions of loaves of bread. Now that we've explored North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Kansas, let's continue our Midwest adventure. The fifth state in the Midwest region is Minnesota. The capital of Minnesota is St. Paul. St. Paul is one of the Twin Cities, along with nearby Minneapolis. They are located on opposite sides of the Mississippi River. St. Paul has 26 miles of riverfront along the famous river. People can walk, bike, and eat along the waterfront. The Minnesota state capitol has the second largest unsupported marble dome in the world. The first is at St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, and the third is at the Taj Mahal. Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes. It actually has over 11,000 lakes. With so many lakes, families can go swimming, fishing, boating, and even ice skating in the winter. The most common lake name is Mud Lake, with 261 of them. The Mississippi River begins in Minnesota at a lake called Lake Itasca. You can walk across the river where it starts. It's only a few feet wide. Minnesota is home to the Mall of America, the biggest shopping mall in the United States. It has over 500 stores, a giant indoor theme park, and even an aquarium. The loon is Minnesota's state bird. It's known for its black and white feathers and beautiful echoing calls across the lake. Minnesota has cold, snowy winters. People enjoy ice fishing, snowshoeing, skiing, and even making ice castles. Minneapolis is one of the coldest major cities in the USA in the winter, but you can explore the city without even going outside. The Skyway system connects buildings so people can go from one place to another in the city without being outside in the snow or rain. Minnesota has a peaceful place called the Boundary Waters Canoe Area. It's full of lakes, forests, and trails, perfect for canoe trips and camping. The sixth state in the Midwest region of the United States is Iowa. Iowa is the only U.S. state name that begins with two vowels. The capital of Iowa is Des Moines. Des Moines has the only 5-domed Capitol building in the country. The main dome is covered in thin sheets of real gold. Des Moines, Iowa is also home to the Iowa State Fair. Every summer, over 1 million people come for carnival rides, music, to see animals, and try over 50 different foods on a stick, including pork chops and corn dogs. Iowa grows more corn than any other state in the USA. Iowa grows over 2.5 billion bushels of corn a year. Corn from Iowa is used to make food, fuel, and even crayons. You can see tall cornfields across the state in the summer. In Burlington, Iowa, there is a street called Snake Alley. It's nicknamed the most crooked street in the world, similar to another very famous crooked street in San Francisco called Lombard Street. It was built in 1894 and designed by 3 German immigrants to replicate the long winding paths and roads of vineyards in France and Germany. The town of Lamars, Iowa is nicknamed the ice cream capital of the world. They even have an ice cream museum you can visit. The 7th state in the Midwest region of the United States is Missouri. The capital of Missouri is Jefferson City. It sits along the Missouri River and it's named after the 3rd President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. Missouri is home to the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. It is the tallest arch in the world and the tallest monument in the National Park System of the United States. It's 630 feet high. That's over twice as tall as the Statue of Liberty. Visitors can ride an elevator to the top and look out over the city. The Missouri River is the longest river in North America. It begins in Montana, then flows through North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, and ends in Missouri. Indigenous Americans used the Missouri River for food and transportation for thousands of years. The name Missouri comes from an indigenous word that has been interpreted differently and loosely translates to mean people of the canoes. Missouri is known as the Cave State. There are over 7,000 caves. You can even explore some of them on family tours to see underground rivers and rock formations. Kansas City, Missouri is famous for barbecue. People visit from all over to taste ribs and sauces that are slow-cooked and smoky. The 8th state in the Midwest region of the United States is Wisconsin. The capital of Wisconsin is Madison. The city of Madison is known as the City of Four Lakes. Madison has more parks per person than any other U.S. city, making it a great place to explore nature. Wisconsin is nicknamed America's Dairyland. The state produces over 3.5 billion pounds of cheese every year. It's the #1 cheese-producing state in the U.S.A. One of the most famous kinds of cheese from Wisconsin is cheddar cheese. Cheesemakers can age cheeses from a few months to over 20 years. Some people even wear big foam cheese hats at football games to celebrate the state's famous food and tradition. The 9th state in the Midwest region of the USA is Illinois. The capital of Illinois is Springfield. The biggest city in Illinois is Chicago. It's famous for tall skyscrapers, museums, and amazing views of Lake Michigan. One of the most famous sights in Chicago is a shiny sculpture called Cloud Gate, or the Bean. It looks like a giant silver jelly bean and reflects the city skyline. People love taking selfies standing in front of its shiny surface. The Willis Tower in Chicago is a popular place to visit. It's one of the tallest buildings in the world. There's a sky deck and a glass balcony on the 103rd floor called The Ledge that lets you look straight down. It's 1,353 feet high, with a view of the city below. Illinois touches Lake Michigan, one of the 5 Great Lakes. Chicago's lakefront has sandy beaches, fun parks, and long paths for biking and walking. It's great for summer adventures. Illinois is known for its deep dish pizza. It's a cheesy, thick pizza baked like a pie. Did you know Illinois is home to the world's largest and most complete T-Rex skeleton? Her name is Sue, and you can visit her at the Field Museum in Chicago. Sue is millions of years old, over 40 feet long, 13 feet tall, and the largest Tyrannosaurus Rex specimen found so far. The 10th state in the Midwest region of the USA is Indiana. The capital of Indiana is Indianapolis. People from Indiana are called Hoosiers. The name has been around for almost 200 years. Indiana's nickname is the Hoosier State. Indiana is home to the Indianapolis 500, a world-famous car race held every May. It takes place at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, one of the largest sports stadiums on Earth. Over 350,000 fans attend in one day, making it the largest single-day sporting event in the world. Race cars speed past at over 220 miles per hour. The first Indy 500 took place in 1911. After the race, the winner drinks a bottle of milk. The tradition started in the 1930s when a driver asked for buttermilk after the hot race. Today, drinking milk is a symbol of victory and tradition. Indiana has the largest children's museum in the world. The Children's Museum of Indianapolis is over 29 acres in size and has more than 130,000 artifacts. It has real dinosaur skeletons, a space station, and a full-size indoor carousel. Kids can dig for fossils, explore ancient Egypt, and wear astronaut suits. Indiana is known for loving basketball. Many towns have large gyms, even if the town is small. Basketball is played at home, in schools, and even in barns. Some of the greatest basketball players came from Indiana. The sport is a big part of life and culture across the state. The 11th state in the Midwest region of the USA is Michigan. The capital of Michigan is Lansing. Michigan's nickname is the Great Lakes State. Michigan is surrounded by 4 of the 5 Great Lakes. To remember all 5 lakes, you can use the acronym HOMES, which stands for Lake Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. Michigan has 2 parts, the Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula. They're connected by the Mackinac Bridge. The bridge is 5 miles long and called the Mighty Mac. The Upper Peninsula has forests, copper mines, and waterfalls. The Upper Peninsula is beautiful and full of nature. Mackinac Island is a special island in Michigan. There are no cars on the island, only bikes, horses, and carriages. Detroit is known as the Motor City. Henry Ford incorporated the Ford Motor Company in 1903 on Mack Avenue in Detroit. Many families visit Michigan in the summer. They go to beaches, forests, and sand dunes. Sleeping Bear Dunes is a national park with giant sand dunes. You can climb them and see amazing views of Lake Michigan. Michigan has more lighthouses than any other U.S. state. There are over 120 lighthouses in Michigan. The 12th state in the Midwest region of the USA is Ohio. The capital of Ohio is Columbus. Ohio's nickname is the Buckeye State. 7 U.S. presidents were born in Ohio. Some Ohio-born presidents include Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, and James A. Garfield. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a museum all about music history. You can see costumes, guitars, and music videos. Each year, new music stars are added to the Hall of Fame. Ohio has a huge amusement park called Cedar Point. It's called the roller coaster capital of the world. There are 68 rides and 19 roller coasters. One roller coaster reaches a speed of 120 miles per hour. In Newark, Ohio, you can see the world's largest basket. It's a 7-story building that looks like a picnic basket. John Glenn and Neil Armstrong, 2 of America's most famous astronauts, were born in Ohio. In total so far, 25 astronauts from the United States were born in Ohio. Another fun fact, Ohio has the only U.S. state flag that is not a rectangle. Thanks for learning all 12 Midwest states with us. Next, we'll count on the states in the West region of the USA. Stay tuned for more. Now that we've learned about the North, East, South, and Midwest regions of the United States, let's explore the West region of the USA. The first state in the West region of the USA is California. The capital of California is Sacramento. California has more than 39 million people, the most of any U.S. state. California has the 5th largest economy in the world. That's bigger than most countries. Hollywood in Los Angeles is the movie capital of the world. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is over a mile long and has over 2,800 stars you can see. The Hollywood sign above the city was built over 100 years ago. It was first made to advertise land for sale. It originally said Hollywood Land. California is home to coast redwood trees. They can grow over 370 feet tall. That's taller than a 30-story building. The tallest known tree is called Hyperion. It's in Redwood National Park, and it's over 380 feet tall. The chandelier tree in Leggett is a coast redwood tree that has a tunnel inside it. You can drive a small car through the tree, and it's still alive. The tree is over 2,000 years old and 276 feet tall. You can find giant sequoia trees in the Sierra Nevada mountains in Northern California. The General Sherman tree in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park weighs over 4 million pounds, and it's still growing. It's over 2,000 years old and as tall as a 26-story building. California has 9 national parks, the most of any state in the USA. Yosemite National Park in Northern California has granite cliffs and waterfalls. Yosemite Falls is over 2,000 feet tall. The park has over 400 animal species, including black bears and bobcats. Death Valley has the record for the hottest air temperature on Earth at 134 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to cook an egg on the ground. It's also the lowest point in North America. The Badwater Basin is 282 feet below sea level. California also has the highest point in the continental United States at Mount Whitney. The peak is over 14,505 feet high. Many people hike to the top, which is 20 miles round trip. Highway 1 is a major north-south highway in California. It's over 650 miles long. You can spot sea lions, crashing waves, and tall cliffs on the drive along the Pacific coast. It's one of the most scenic drives in America. In 1848, gold was discovered in California. Over 300,000 people migrated to the state during the gold rush hoping to find gold. That's how California got its nickname, the Golden State. People traveled by wagon, ship, or foot to strike it rich. The second state in the west region of the USA is Oregon. The capital of Oregon is Salem. Oregon's nickname is the Beaver State. Beavers are the official state animal. Crater Lake is the deepest lake in the United States. It was formed over 7,000 years ago when a volcano called Mount Mazama erupted and collapsed. The lake is 1,943 feet deep. That's as tall as stacking the Eiffel Tower, Washington Monument, and Statue of Liberty on top of each other, and still not reaching the top of the lake. Crater Lake has no rivers flowing in or out. The water comes from rainfall and snowmelt. The water is bright blue and very clear. In the middle of the lake is an island. It's called Wizard Island because it kind of looks like a wizard's hat. The island is made of lava rock. The Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area stretches over 40 miles along the Pacific coast. Some dunes are over 500 feet tall. That's taller than a football field is long. The dunes were created by wind and ocean waves blowing sand inland. You can ride dune buggies, slide down a sand dune, go camping, or explore the dunes on foot. These are some of the largest coastal sand dunes in the world. In the 1800s, families from the east traveled west on the Oregon Trail. They used covered wagons pulled by oxen and horses. The trail was over 2,000 miles long. Pioneers crossed rivers, deserts, and mountains to reach Oregon. More than 300,000 people made the journey to start a new life. Many had to make hard choices, like what to pack, where to stop, and how to stay safe. Today, schools across America still study the Oregon Trail. The third state in the west region of the USA is Washington. The capital of Washington is Olympia. Washington is nicknamed the Evergreen State. It has millions of trees and green forests. Mount Rainier is the tallest mountain in Washington. It is 14,411 feet high, and it's also a volcano. The mountain is covered in snow and glaciers year-round. Washington is home to the Hoh Rainforest, one of the only rainforests in the U.S. It gets more than 12 feet of rain per year. You'll find moss-covered trees and tall waterfalls. The Space Needle is a tall tower in Seattle. It was built for the 1962 World's Fair. It's 605 feet tall and kind of looks like a spaceship on top. You can ride to the top and look out over the whole city. Washington is the #1 apple-growing state in the U.S. It grows nearly 70% of all apples in the country. Washington has 5 volcanoes: Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, Mount Baker, and Glacier Peak. Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980. It was so strong the top of the mountain blew off when it erupted. It was one of the most powerful eruptions in U.S. history. The ash cloud spread across 11 states. It was so tall it reached 15 miles high. The fourth state in the west region of the USA is Idaho. The capital of Idaho is Boise. Idaho borders 6 states and Canada. Idaho is kind of shaped like a tall boot. It stretches from dense forests in the north to sandy deserts in the south. Idaho's nickname is the Gem State because it has at least 72 different gemstones, including the rare star garnet only found in Idaho and India. Families can visit places to pan for gems in rivers and mines. Idaho has over 4.7 million acres of designated wilderness, one of the largest in the U.S. There are more than 100 mountain ranges, including the rugged Sawtooth Mountains, perfect for hiking and camping. Idaho also has 130 usable natural hot springs, the most of any other state, where people can go for a soak to relax after a long day. In total, there are 340 hot springs in Idaho. Idaho is famous for its potatoes. It produces about 13 billion pounds each year. This is because of its volcanic soil, clean water and cool nights. Tourists can visit the Idaho Potato Museum in Blackfoot with a giant baked potato statue, complete with butter and sour cream. You can actually sleep inside a giant potato on a farm in Boise. The Big Idaho Potato Hotel is a 28-foot-long, 11.5-foot-tall steel potato that used to tour the country. It weighs about 6 tons, has a bed, mini fridge, and electric fireplace, and can fit 2 people. In Cottonwood, Idaho, you can visit a giant beagle dog building at the Dog Bark Park. It stands 30 feet tall, and it used to be a guest house where visitors could sleep inside for the night. You can still visit the gift shop and see the big dog building, which is nicknamed Sweet Willie. The 5th state in our countdown of the West region of the USA is Nevada. The capital of Nevada is Carson City. The biggest city in Nevada is Las Vegas. Las Vegas is known for bright lights and spectacular shows. Nevada is called the Silver State for its historic silver mines. It is also the battle-born state because it joined the U.S. during the Civil War in 1864. Nevada has a long history of mining gold and silver. In 1859, the largest silver deposit in the U.S. was found in Nevada. Today, Nevada is the top gold-producing state in the U.S. It produces over 70% of American gold. Nevada is the 5th largest gold producer in the entire world. Nevada is the driest state in the U.S. It averages only about 10 inches of rain each year. Some areas get more rain and some get less. Nevada is known for its many mountain ranges. There are over 300 named ranges. Some smaller ranges are still unnamed. Nevada is in the Mojave Desert. Daytime temperatures can reach over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Nights in the winter can get below freezing. The Valley of Fire was Nevada's first state park, and it opened in 1934. Its red sandstone formed over 150 million years ago. You can see petroglyphs and ancient rock carvings made over 2,000 years ago. Nevada has hundreds of ghost towns. New towns grew fast during the gold and silver rush, but later they were abandoned. Visiting these ruins shows what life was like in the old mining days. The 6th state in our countdown of the West region of the USA is Utah. The capital of Utah is Salt Lake City. It's near the Great Salt Lake and at the foot of the Wasatch Mountains. The Great Salt Lake is the largest saltwater lake in the Western Hemisphere. It stretches about 75 miles long and 35 miles wide. It is very shallow at around 13 feet deep. The lake is much saltier than the ocean because water flows in but never leaves. It only dissipates into the air through evaporation. The salt makes it easy to float. Fish cannot live in such salty water, but millions of brine shrimp do, and they are harvested for fish food. Every year, over 12 million migratory birds and 330 bird species visit the lake. Utah has 3 different landscapes. The Middle Rockies in the northeast have tall, snowy peaks. The basin and range in the west is full of mountain ranges and dry valleys. The Colorado Plateau in the southeast is a flat tableland with deep canyons and red rock deserts, where the land tells stories from millions of years ago. These 3 zones make Utah perfect for skiing, hiking, and exploring many climates in one drive. Arches National Park has over 2,000 natural sandstone arches, the most in the world. The sandstone was once under an ancient sea, shaped by wind and rain over millions of years. Goblin Valley State Park has thousands of unique rock pillars called hoodoos, shaped like goblins. The sandstone here formed over 170 million years ago. Wind and water carved the unique shaped pillars. Our 7th state in the West region countdown of the USA is Colorado. The capital of Colorado is Denver, called the Mile High City because it stands at 5,280 feet above sea level. Colorado is the 8th largest state, about the size of New Zealand when measured in square miles, each being approximately over 100,000 square miles in size. It's nicknamed the Centennial State because it became a state in 1876, 100 years after the Declaration of Independence. Colorado is the only U.S. state with no land below 3,300 feet. Colorado has more than 1,000 mountains over 10,000 feet high and 54 peaks over 14,000 feet tall, which are nicknamed 14ers. Pikes Peak even inspired the well-known patriotic song America the Beautiful. The Pikes Peak Highway is a 19-mile drive with amazing views and wildlife. Every year in Leadville, Colorado, they host the Leadville 100 Ultramarathon Trail Run. It's also nicknamed the Race Across the Sky. It's a 100-mile ultramarathon through the Rocky Mountains, climbing up to 12,600 feet at Hope Pass. Runners climb and descend over 15,700 feet total. They run at night wearing headlamps and hydration vests. The finish time cutoff is 30 hours from when they started. Less than half of the runners finish the race each year. In 2024, the winner finished in 15 hours and 26 minutes, which was a new course record. The 8th state in our countdown of the West region of the USA is Wyoming. The capital of Wyoming is Cheyenne. 96% of Yellowstone National Park is in Wyoming. Yellowstone was the first national park in the world, established in 1872. The remaining 4% of Yellowstone is in Montana and Idaho. Yellowstone is bigger in size than the states of Rhode Island and Delaware combined. There are over 500 active geysers in Yellowstone. That's more geysers than anywhere else on Earth. Yellowstone also has bubbling mud pots, steam vents that hiss out of the ground, bison traffic jams, and grizzly bears. Every 90 minutes at Yellowstone, Old Faithful Geyser sprays hot water out of the ground. The water shoots up to over 100 feet high, and the steam temperature can reach up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The colorful Grand Prismatic Spring at Yellowstone is the largest hot spring in the United States. It's wider than a football field. Its brilliant colors are from brightly colored bacteria. The bright bands are made by heat-loving microbes that live in different temperatures. Wyoming's nickname is the Cowboy State because of its long ranching history. Cheyenne Frontier Days is held every year in Wyoming. It's the largest outdoor rodeo in the world. The rodeo started in 1897. It has bull riding, barrel racing, a carnival, and music concerts. Over 500,000 visitors attend every summer during the 10-day celebration. Wyoming is nicknamed the Equality State. In 1869, Wyoming was the first U.S. territory, later the first state, to legally grant women the right to vote and hold office. In 1870, Louisa Swain, a 70-year-old grandmother, became the first woman in Wyoming to cast her vote. When Wyoming applied for statehood in 1890, it insisted on keeping women's voting rights, even if it meant staying out of the Union longer. Wyoming inspired other states to grant women the right to vote. This helped pave the way for the 19th Amendment in 1920, which granted women the right to vote nationwide. The 9th state in our countdown of the West region of the USA is Montana. The capital of Montana is Helena. Montana is the 4th largest state in the USA by land area. Montana is home to Glacier National Park. The park is nicknamed the Crown of the Continent. It has over 20 glaciers, 700 miles of hiking trails, and over 130 lakes. In the summer, visitors can drive along the famous Going to the Sun Road. Even though Montana is the 4th biggest state in the USA, there are more cows than people. Montana has over 1 million people and over 2 million cows. That's 2 cows for every person. Near Butte, Montana, there are rocks that ring like bells when tapped. If you move them from the pile, they stop ringing. No one knows exactly why. It's a popular roadside stop for travelers. Rogers Pass in Montana holds the record for the coldest temperature in the lower 48 states. In 1954, it reached negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than a freezer. The 10th state in our countdown of the West region of the USA is Alaska. The capital of Alaska is Juneau. Alaska is the largest state in the USA. It's twice the size of Texas. Alaska is home to Denali. It's the tallest mountain in North America at over 20,000 feet tall. That's over 5 Empire State Buildings stacked on top of each other. Alaska has the largest population of bears in the USA. There are brown bears, black bears, and polar bears. Grizzly bears can run up to 40 miles per hour, and Kodiak bears can weigh over 1,400 pounds. Alaska has over 100,000 glaciers. That's more than any other U.S. state. Some are so big they're taller than skyscrapers, and some stretch for over 100 miles. In some parts of Alaska, the sun doesn't set at all in summer. It's called the midnight sun. Imagine being outside at midnight, with the sun still shining. In winter, it can stay dark all day, which is called polar night. Every year, Alaska hosts a 1,000-mile dog sled race through snow and mountains. The dogs can eat up to 12,000 calories per day to stay strong. Each sled is pulled by a team of dogs, and the race takes over a whole week to finish. The 11th state in our countdown of the West region of the USA is Hawaii. The capital of Hawaii is Honolulu. Hawaii became the 50th state in 1959. Hawaii is an archipelago, which means a chain of islands. It's the only U.S. state made entirely of islands. Hawaii has 137 islands, shoals, and islets, but people mainly live on or visit 7 main islands. People love to island hop by plane or ferry to see different beaches, tropical rainforests, and volcanoes. On the island of Molokai, there's one post office where you can send a coconut by mail just by writing an address on it. The post office on Molokai mails over 3,000 coconuts a year. It's part of their Post a Nut program that started in 1991. The post office has provided the coconuts for people to decorate with colorful postage stamps. Coconuts have been mailed as birthday cards, wedding invitations, and for other fun occasions, even as far away as Antarctica, Easter Island, Iceland, and Namibia. The Hawaiian Islands were created by volcanic activity over millions of years. Hawaii is home to Kilauea. It's one of the world's most active volcanoes. It's been around for thousands of years. Hawaii is the only U.S. state flag to contain the flag of a foreign country, even though Hawaii was never a British colony. The Union Jack image represents a historical connection between Great Britain and Hawaii. Now that we've learned all 50 states and 5 regions of the United States, did you know there are also 5 inhabited territories of the United States too? These territories are part of America with their own unique cultures and incredible stories. People who live in Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands are U.S. citizens. And in American Samoa, they are U.S. nationals. They help make America diverse and wonderful. Let's explore these 5 territories together. The beautiful island of Puerto Rico is our first territory. This Caribbean island is known for its vibrant culture, music, food, and people. The capital is San Juan. It has colorful historic streets and a famous fortress named El Morro. The island also has 3 bioluminescent bays, making it a great place for witnessing the water transform into a blue-green glow. The glow is produced by dinoflagellates, a single-celled organism that flashes light when agitated by movement in the water. The second U.S. territory is Guam. Guam is in the Pacific Ocean. Guam is the first place in America to see the sunrise each day. When it's bedtime in New York, it's already tomorrow morning in Guam. The waters around Guam are so clear and blue you can see tropical fish swimming everywhere. It's a great place for snorkeling and diving. Tumen Bay is perfect for snorkeling and swimming. The third United States territory is American Samoa. It's a group of volcanic islands, and it's the only United States territory south of the equator. American Samoa has amazing fruit bats called flying foxes. They help spread seeds to grow new plants, and they're important to the ecosystem. The Samoan tradition of fire knife dancing is an amazing art form. It tells stories through incredible skill and courage. The Northern Mariana Islands are the 4th territory on our countdown. They're a chain of 14 beautiful islands in the Western Pacific. Saipan is the largest island and the capital. The Grotto is a famous limestone cave popular for diving and snorkeling. The U.S. Virgin Islands is the 5th and final territory on our list. There are 3 main islands: St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. Virgin Islands National Park on St. John has hiking trails and pristine beaches. Thanks for staying tuned with us as we learned all about the 50 states, 5 regions, and 5 U.S. territories. Subscribe and stay tuned for more.